Hey folks, so let's talk about a page template where we can showcase our latest published blog posts or our latest galleries. The page template is called listing, and you can find it by going over to the pages area, click on add new to create a new page, and you add in your page title here, whether it's blog, recent blog, journal, whatever it may be, etc. Head on over to the templates area and select your layout as listing page. Click on quick view and then click on apply template, and essentially your content will be added here. So first of all, there are a few things for us to understand in terms of how we can manage our content. You can create multiple different gallery listing pages and specify which categories you want to showcase within that page specifically. So as most page templates, you can also drag and drop all of these content blocks around. You can remove certain content blocks around as well. Let's say for those of you who do not have a lot of content to deal with and you do not require such extensive filtering like this here, you can remove that if this is unnecessary for you. But let's just go over the options real quick. So link list number 2. Here we have a quick overview of everything, but essentially you can add in your links by groups. So you click on add a group and you add in the title, so it'll be categories or whatever it may be in your case. Then here you choose whether it's custom links. So if you click on add link, you add in your title and then add in your URL to that specific area. Now within this custom links area, there are also several sub items for us to choose if it's a URL or if it's a blog post category. So if you click here, you can see that this changes accordingly. If it's a gallery category, same process. Select your category item, which is either a gallery or a page, etc. Click here. You'll have a drop down and you can select one of the following pages. Okay, so this area once again is very extensive and you can add quite a bit of content to it. Okay, so I'm not going to go through the process of adding all of this because you can go actually pretty crazy with developing this page. Okay, so let's remove that. Next is blog post categories. So you click here and you specify which categories you want to showcase once again within this area specifically. So as you can see, I have editorial, uncategorized, and weddings. Select the category that you want to showcase. Select multiple categories if that is required. You add in your title, and then you can also add additional custom links once again by repeating the process over and over. So this section once again is very extensive. You can add a bunch of different items, a bunch of different filtering options to this page. So this is very good for those of you who do have a lot of content and you want to create a more extensive filtering option. Okay, so let me go ahead and remove this for now, and for our essentially gallery categories, the process is exactly the same as our post categories. Okay, so we'll skip that. So next off, we have our next set of settings is all of our text adjustments. So pretty standard font sizes, labels, and so forth. So everything here is pretty generic. Okay. So yeah, this is it for the following top section. Let's minimize this and head on over to our listing layouts. So as you can see, instead of our generic 3 tabs, we have 4. We have a section that's called detailed, and here you can make specific adjustments to the layout that you select. So let's head on over to section 1 first. In this area, you essentially select whether you showcase blog posts or galleries. So if it's blog posts, select blog post, then you can specify which category you want to showcase on this specific blog page that you're creating. So once again, you can have multiple different blog pages showcasing multiple different categories if you have a lot of categories that you want to separate. So select all of your categories that you want to showcase within the following blog page. You then select one of the following layouts. So each of these layouts has its own set of settings. So if we take a look into type A and then we click on detailed, you'll see that we have a number of options for us to adjust. You can adjust the item background color on hover, the elements color on hover, posts per page, all of your text, display date, categories, and so forth. Next off, for the layout type B, if you click here, if we go over to detailed, we can also make some adjustments. However, we do have some additional color options at the bottom. Okay, and if we take a look into, let's say, type C, once again click over to detailed, we have additional items to adjust. We can see here that we have image sizes, custom ratio, landscape, portrait, etc. So select your image size ratio. Then you also adjust your gutter width or your gutter spacing between your thumbnails. You select the number of columns you want to have on this specific page. So all of these settings are very specific and individual to the specific page layout that you go with. If we take a look into type G, you will see that essentially this layout is quite unique, and let me show you the layout that we have here. So blog G, this is what it looks like. We have a large image at the top, then we have two smaller images, and then we have the standard grid. So what will happen if you, let's say you have pagination at the bottom, and you click on page 2, page 2 will have only the following grid layout. It will not have the same layout. So only the very first page will have large image, two smaller images, and then a grid at the bottom. The second page, once again, will have just the grid. Okay, so that's just something to keep in mind. So once again, all of these different layouts have a number of different settings for us to play around with and adjust. So what I'd recommend is just kind of go through these, see which option works best for you in terms of layout, in terms of content, which fits best, and so on. We'll then have our pagination area. This section is pretty simple. You simply select the type of pagination you want to have, or the layout of your pagination, and then make the necessary adjustments in terms of titles and fonts as well. Okay, and then our footer, this is pretty standard. We've already covered that in a different video, so be sure to check that out if you haven't done so already. Okay, so other than that, this is it for your listing page template. Once again, keep in mind that you can always add additional blocks if that would be necessary. Okay, so I hope everything makes sense here, and thanks for watching this video. Be sure that you play around with some of these layouts, some of the settings, see which options work best for you, because there are quite a few options for you to adjust and to work with. So it's just a matter of finding that right fit. Okay, so thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys around later.